Good morning, everybody. We're talking Nick Diaz versus George St. Pierre, number 2. You guys all know I don't like rematches. I think it's silly. However, since both guys are pretty much kind of been retired at this point, Nick was suspended, saying retired at one point. George St. Pierre, he's retired. It's 2016, August 2016 right now. And, you know, I do think if Nick were to come back, I said before, I would rather see him fight, say, somebody like Matt Brown, like a warm-up fight. If Matt Brown won, it would be kind of an upset. It'd probably be a great fight, you know, win or lose. But let these guys, they're throwing these guys in there, you know, for like title shots and stuff, and they haven't been fighting. They're going to be rusty. I mean, even Dominic Cruz, when he came back, he didn't have an immediate title shot. He gave him a few fights to get it going, you know, and see where these guys are at. So, but anyway, you know what? This kind of would be a warm-up fight. This kind of would be a warm-up fight for GSP. It would be a warm-up fight for Nick Diaz. I don't think either guy really plans on having you know, any fights even beyond that. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they both do have fights beyond that, but I think they're kind of looking like, let me come back and get another paycheck. That's, if I'm being honest, that's what I think this is about, especially with the pay that these guys are getting. So in other words, this would be a warm-up fight, but it would also be a big money fight, which is, that's what they want, which me as a fan, I don't care about that. I really don't. You know, so I don't know. I guess it would be a good fight. I'd be excited to see the fight. You know, I think if GSP came in and fought Tyrone Woodley, I think he would lose. I think Nick Diaz would lose as well. And I also think both of them would lose against Stephen Thompson. Maybe, could GSP lay and pray Stephen Thompson? There's a chance of it. You know, is George St. Pierre going to be as dominant as he was in the past with his ground game and everything? I don't think so, just because of drug testing and everything that's going on now, and that he's older. I wouldn't be real surprised if he could beat, you know, Stephen Thompson by doing the lay and pray thing. Ugh. Never been a big fan of GSP. It's more just a fan of that fight style. However, when he fought Nick Diaz in the first fight, he did not run away from Nick, and that was pretty cool. He took him down. Yes, he took him down. I think at one point in like the third round, he started to get boxed up a little bit, and you could see it even in his corner. They were like, "Don't stand with him" or something like that, and they were a little bit worried there. And then of course he took Nick down and was able to, you know, win the fight. Nick says he was drugged. They gave him some weird IV, and that could have been. I mean, it does sound a really very fishy story. I mean, he might have even felt sluggish because of something, you know, some foreign, you know, chemicals or something in it. You know, you shouldn't take something your body's not accustomed to taking. I don't know what that was all about. So, anyway, basically, this would be a good fight. I do think Nick could win the fight. I think it's a hard fight for Nick to win. I'd like to see Nick come in with... I'd like to see the Diaz brothers mix it up a little bit. I'd actually like to see them maybe train with, you know, have somebody else train up, somebody with some influence, you know, to actually have a game plan rather than to just go in there and just kind of do their thing, because everybody knows what they're going to do. And it's still a tough fight. To beat Nick or Nate is still a tough fight for anybody, but, you know, after seeing Conor McGregor start to get boxed up in the Nate Diaz rematch, after one and a half rounds, he started to get boxed up. And as soon as he started to get boxed up, Conor was in survival mode for the next 3.5 rounds. He started getting on the back pedal, and he was in survival mode. Conor McGregor against Nate. after a round and a half, was in survival mode. He was just trying to survive in there, trying to make it through it. And that's why I thought Nate won that fight. So, but anyway, Nick Diaz coming back. I don't know. I just seen some video of Nick in a nightclub and all this. So man, I don't know, dude. Drinking alcohol, if you're a professional fighter, I don't even drink alcohol. Every once in a great while, I'll go buy some beer. But basically, when I'm active, I don't drink because I'm active, and alcohol just it destroys your testosterone. It destroys your energy level. You really shouldn't be drinking alcohol if you're training, especially if you're a professional athlete that's going to be a natural athlete. You need your testosterone to be as high as possible, and I don't know what that's all about. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. But anyway, basically both these guys are older now, and I don't think either guy can really compete as far as being the champ. Yeah, they could come in, maybe win, but GSP, that lay and pray stuff is not successful in MMA in current times. We see like Rory McDonald. He was supposed to be the quote unquote next GSP. He tried to do that lay and pray stuff, and he wasn't as successful at it. And where's Rory McDonald now? He just signed with Bellator. So, so that's never really been the really GSP. He had success doing it, but I think there's a lot of guys that's just not going to fly with. You need to be able to strike, and you need to be able to do other things, and you need to be able to end fights. So you're not in there taking damage for 5 rounds. Basically, both these guys are coming off a loss, too, because Johnny Hendricks beat GSP and forced him into retirement. He beat the heck out of that guy, man. He beat the heck out of that guy. Even though GSP won the fight, he's still kind of like it was a loss. So anyway, I don't know. Both guys kind of coming off, both guys going to be rusty. Both guys are going to be older. This is a good fight. I mean, I probably officially would rather see them fight somebody else. But, this would be a good challenge for Nick, too. And I'd like to see Nick train specifically for GSP. And get in there and man, do something. Don't get in there and, I don't know. I just don't like listening to complaining and everything, man. I want to see some action. Let's be smart. Let's be smart, man. Wouldn't you love to see Nick submit GSP? How cool would that be? Anyway, it's a good fight. Yeah, it's really all I have to say about it. But yeah, it's a good fight. I'll see you later.